let's see the last. How old's the door again? How old's the door again?
I have no idea.
No.
The door, I think, is original to the garage. The guy started building this house in 1950. He completed it in 1989.
Huh. You know the story on that. Caleb says these parts are old. I told him I'm old too.
No, there's light out if you need them.
It's not my electric bill. Throw them on.
Some air compressor right here if you need it.
Okay. When you undo your spring pad there, it's just all going to drape, and then you're going to need help. You know, like you'll grab the shaft because that's here. When they're real metal. Hello.
Hi.
Bye. Caleb just realized we don't come across this very often anymore. The squares. So, you guys will have to let me know what you guys use. You know, you send me an email too, or put it in the comments. I found out this works the best. I think you can still get these. They're kind of far in between. The Craftsman's. Get the deep. These are made for square. Look at the bits in them. So, we'll see.
Is it gonna fit? Is it gonna fit? Is it gonna fit?
Come on. Come on. Oh,
That's not the one.
that's not the one. Oh no. They're gonna be some weird size. Oh, come on, man. I gotta have it.
That's a dog. Oh,
Oh, that's gonna make it. That's all we got, man.
Yeah.
That's all we can do. So half works for the 7/16. So, wow, whatever these are, you know what I'm saying? Worked like a charm, huh?
yeah.
Nice. Nice. You got, let me see your gun for a second. See if one's in there.
Yeah, there is one.
Oh, fell out. But that fits. Fits in the old Craftsman. Well, falls in there. So the customer is going to actually paint. This door is hard to believe, but this door is actually in good shape. That just goes to show you. Big overhangs. Super big overhangs. See this door? Just needs a little paint. It's really not that bad. But if you come over here, so we're just putting it out there in the shipping container, but if you look at this door, ooh, boy, she's seen some better days. She's seen some better days. So this one's gonna go eventually bye-bye. And then that door, after it's painted, will get put in this place. Saves a few dollars. Works out pretty good. So we got to salvage this one. So that's why it's important too. You got to salvage it. You can use the box, but the boxes get wet. Get a bucket. This is a donor bucket because this bucket's got actually holes in it. So they can have this one. Put all your stuff in there for the customer though.
This one's spinning.
Oh, here we go. Yeah, that's a common problem with the square heads. Through bolted. Okie time to get to work.
This is almost out of lighter fluid.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Never fails. Heating them up. Never done that before, but melting it. And like I've said before, long stem in the bottom or long stem in the top. They only give you two.
At the bottom, I'll disconnect.
And I sure do like the bottom still. Because I don't like when they fall out and go like that. So, let's go on the bottom for this door. Look at that. Oh, yeah. That's some old school stuff right there. Huh. Can't say I've ever seen one like that, Caleb. So this one, because it's old school, slips in, so just drops in and voila. So a couple of those old squares out and away you go. She snippers in. I don't know if it's a good idea or bad idea. You let me know. Sometimes, see, all it takes, this is about a 1/4 inch. And that messes you up for this, it's tight. So we're gonna drill it out. So we're gonna put a hole. So he's got room to bring that track so it's not so tight. Door's gotta be able to, it's gotta be able to breathe. Oh, this would be too tight. That looks better. It's got some gap, which is good. That's fine. Hopefully the top doesn't fight us too bad. Gotta shim it, get the door level. Okay, so I wanted to point something out. Caleb was just mentioning he was kind of freaking out a little bit, right? He's learning. He's got good questions, but he's asked me. He said, "Hey," he said, "the top piece, this top fixture, is not going to have nothing to pin to, right? This very top one." I said, "That's fine." I said, "Because it's 12 inch, because we got this L shape here, right? So with that L shape, you got meat there, so that bracket's not going to want to tip on you. Now, if we would have done 15." It'd be hanging out up in the air, and you would want something, but there's no wood here, and it's, you know what I mean. See, it kind of goes above. And so with there not being wood there, there'd be really nothing to hit, right? It'd be off. You'd have to shim it. I don't know what's behind there. If this is drywall, it looks like drywall, so who knows? But what my point is this is why it's so super duper important that when you do your details, you pay attention to what do you need 12-inch radius, do you need 15-inch radius, you take all these dimensions, you take pictures. I already knew this was going to happen, so the 12 works out good. Yeah, there's room in here, right? But it works good for our back hangs, right? We lined up our back hangs, and it's great with this, with the door company manufacturer didn't short us on our track. So, so these aren't, a lot of them shrink. Wayne Dalton's one of them. So, boom, we landed where we needed to. Let me get a picture of this here. See, he's got a bolt right there. So that's fine. That's fine. That'll be fine. Because it's got, let me show this for you. Need somebody cool. Right there. That bolt up there is fine. It's got support with this lower piece right here. Right, so that bolt's fine. That's what's keeping it. So you don't need that top. You don't need it to be bolted in the very top right there. That can just hang out there. Nothing. But like I said, if it was 15, this would all raise up, and that'd be hanging out. There might be nothing up there to hit. So basically, the point is, do your details correctly. Measure your track. What I did with this job is I literally, because I was kind of in a rush. A lot of times I am. I got a customer talking to me, all kinds of stuff. I measured from the floor. Did it from the floor to right here. That's all I wanted to know. I wanted to know what that was to there. If you need to, you can always take another dimension from here to the floor, right? But I wanted this, so I knew, is this 12? Is this 15? Where am I going to land? And so I checked my track at home to find out it was like 82 or something and half, and that's fine. So I decided let's go with 12. And like I said before, typically 12 always has, it's lower than that bracket, but that's really helping right now. So, and then we got to also match up to this pad for the spring pad. A little overkill. It's better to be overkill than underkill, but otherwise it's going good. We had to shim a little bit, so, but it's going good. Photo-wise, probably going to leave them. We didn't install them. They're already mounted. Somebody did a good job. A young lad actually did this one. He did a good job for a young lad. It's a big old kicker. Look at that light. Pretty cool. So, food for thought. I don't know if the camera's going to pick this up, but these are different shades. These are actually different shades. This is Wayne Dalton. This is Door Link. So, I brought some different pieces to try because I'm a nailer. Now, there is a pro to being a hand banger, right? If you were to sell this to a DIYer, out of the shop and give them some nails, and away you go, right? But I'm gonna pull this up there. See if the shade. It is a different shade though. Yeah, I don't think I like the shade. It looks dirty compared to the other one being bright white. Like a little bird poop on there.
Good to run it up and down a little bit?
Yeah, just take your time, you know. But I think I'm gonna run with the hand bangers. You guys know I'm not much of a hand banger, but it definitely looks more appropriate, I think. Too heavy?
I think this could take some a little more, honestly.
Yeah. Looks like it. It's funny because actually this looks too white, so it's kind of weird. I don't think you guys will be able to tell that on camera, but it looks like this is too white actually, so maybe I will go back with the white. I don't know. I'll let you know when I figure out it. Wayne Dalton. Like I said, I don't think the camera's going to pick it up. Door link. I think it's really close. That looks brighter. Interesting. The old hammer and flathead screwdriver trick. Alright, so my tape's got something to hook onto. Bang that in that corner like that. Boom. And I got something to hook to right by myself. Run her out. You can let go. Wayne Dalton it is. Now obviously I'm going to put more nails. I just tacked to make sure it didn't catch this. That's always a big thing when you have windows. Make sure it doesn't catch, because sometimes they got big lips on them. So. Put with 8. Pencil. Chop, chop, tape. Make sure you factory edge. Factory edge. This is what I like to use for solid. Right, these work pretty good. Anything similar? A little flare on it, right? Keep the micey away. So I'm not swinging a hammer here. A little tight. Don't leave them tight. They'll buckle on you.
I've seen you use nuts for spacers up there for the J-arm. Am I supposed to do that with this one?
I don't know. I have to try and check it out. I don't really know what you're talking about.
For the pin.
The pin should be the pin should be the pin. It can float.
You can float there?
Yeah. There we go. Bam, bam, and bam. I gotta finish putting a few more up here, but a lot easier for me. Fly, boom. You don't have to worry about, like, I don't know if I don't think I can use these choppers. I think I'll smash this. At least I think. I'm just not a hand banger, but to each their own. You know, the siding guy's not gonna like me, but I figure if he's gotta go around all this and look at this window. Look at that J stuff around there. I think they'll figure out this. They can peel it back a little bit if they want. They can put new up. I don't care. They might not even make it. It's actually my buddy. So good luck, buddy. And by the way, this is a 16 gauge. I've never had any problems as long as you put enough in. The 15 gauge might be even nicer, but I got a 16 gauge. Now I know some use 18 gauge and go side to side, but 16 gauge right down the center works fine.
Oh look, Taylor Swift! Swift! Sorry, distraction. We're back. Have you figured out Taylor Swift is just, whenever something's going on, they're like, Sire, there's incredible things going on, and the people are starting to figure out all real news, and they're starting to figure out information. They're calling it the Great Awakening. There's many podcasts that just go, just send out Taylor Swift. She's always a great distraction. Genius, Sire. Genius. How many of you bananas were sitting there going,
Did you hear that Taylor Swift got engaged? Hee-haw! Hee-haw! I'm so happy for you. Think she's gonna have children? I don't know. Let's talk about this some more.